taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Yo, what's going on? My anime fans / brony fans alike. It is I, the Ninja Reviewer here, and it's that wonderful time of the season once again, and I figure I get this out of the way really quick before I'm busy with other stuff, because I got the manga chapters coming up tomorrow, and then of course I have the actual season new episode 14, since obviously I already saw episodes 12 and 13 way before this even aired here in the US. But now, since you Americans, well, I'm an American too, why am I not saying that? For us Americans, that we finally got episodes 12 and 13 here in the US, and you guys waited for this long, well, it is about time I give you guys the first roundup, the first half of Season 7 overview, which is the first 13 episodes. Now, I know here in America, we start off at episode 12 for the second half, but I'm just going to count episodes 12 and 13 for the first half, because that, to me, is where it should have ended off at. Then we took a break for a little while. Then we had those two episodes aired back to back in Australia. So without further ado, just like always, I've been doing this ever since not for the first two seasons, because that was just when I caught up. Now I was just giving you guys like how I became a brony and stuff like that. I started to do the overviews around season 3 in case you wouldn't notice, but I decided to actually change things up a notch. Yeah, I actually started to change things up a notch, and I decided to actually not make it as long as usual. Instead of just me going over all these episodes, well, I mean, I'll go over some of them, blah blah blah, but the thing is that I already reviewed these episodes already. I already did reviews of them, mainly, well, okay, except mainly for like episode 13, which I did a review at the end of the live reaction. However, though, I'll make up to it for this overview. So anyways, I'll get to that within like, well, somewhat of a review, but I will definitely do that. Anyways, so when it comes to this season overall, when it comes to season 7, what did I really love about the season? Well, what I really loved about the season, since this is an overview / also I guess a reviewing so far what I thought of season 1, season 7. So far, when it comes to this season overall, well, I won't get to the overall scores of yet. I will say what I really loved about the season was the premiere was very strong. I really loved the premiere for this season, because with the premiere of this season, we actually got to see not only really great development for Twilight as her being a teacher, but also development for Princess Celestia as well, because we actually get to see in the mindset of what happened vice versa when Celestia had to make that decision to send Twilight away to another realm. Not a realm, but, you know, sorry. I mean, not another realm, but, like, definitely, you know, going towards somewhere else to actually learn about the lessons of friendship. Even though Twilight wasn't really big into friendship, she was more into just being on their own, learning all these studies of all these different kinds of magic and stuff like that. So, of course, that's when the pilot came in, and then that's where we are today. So seeing Celestia having these like freak out moments of her being like, oh my god, what, she gets eaten by the Manticore or something like that, and she's like just pacing back and forth, and the guards are like, should we like tell her, like, you know, to kind of chill a bit? So it's like, yeah. So when it comes to, you know, all that was actually really good. Now, people were kind of saying that the premiere was a waste of time. They were saying like, oh well, you know, it's kind of a waste, because what was the whole point if Starlight wasn't really leaving for good, or just leaving on her own and having her own adventures, etc, etc. People were a little bit disappointed in how the end result turned out. Everything else they loved. It was just the end result that really pissed them off and kind of really turned them off about the premiere. Me, I didn't mind it. I mean, sure, maybe I had a little bit of mixed feelings on that, but I would say, you know what, that's fine, because hey, if it's Starlight's, because at first I thought I was gonna, you know, like Twilight, I really thought she was gonna be like, okay, well, you know what, even though you're not truly ready, I believe you're truly ready to move on your own. Then it'd be like, oh, okay, I can kind of see why people want it to be that way instead. But to me, you know what, it works. Even though I felt like the ending, I was like, alright, you know what, yeah, maybe, just maybe, she could just convince her to be on her own. But you know what? I don't really think she's truly ready yet. So if she's not truly ready, or Starlight just, maybe because Starlight believes she's not ready to leave that place as of yet. She's like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I'm officially ready to leave, when I think I've learned most that I can. So that's good. So that was fine the way it was. Also, the different kinds of realities that Twilight was actually having, like, through her course of all these thoughts, those were cool as shit. Especially I like the ones with Amber and Starlight. Like I mentioned in my review, I like the whole Starlight and Amber, interactions. That shit was cool. I really enjoyed that a lot. Like that one was really cool, even though it was kind of weird how they just imagined Twilight dying in not Twilight, Starlight dying in like lava, or not really dying in lava. They didn't show that, but Twilight's just thinking to herself like, wait, what if that happens? My student will be burned alive. It's like, Jesus, you have a really dark fucking fantasy there, Twilight. And I was like, holy Jesus. And I know Princess Celestia's famous line in this episode is like, there's no wrong way to fantasize. And it's like, well, okay, I know DWK made a joke about this when he did his review, or not review, but a totally legit recap. By the way, you should definitely check him out. Yes, he may have really mature content, even though I kind of curse a bit myself. But him, oh man, he goes on a whole nother level, man. It's like if weed was drunk. Like, that's the best way I can describe him. Definitely check him out. He's actually a really funny dude. His stuff is hilarious. And also, sometimes he's kind of true on certain things. But anyways, yeah. So, I know he made jokes about that. It's like, oh, if you see my hentai collection, you wouldn't be saying that. So it's like, yeah, hey, it's the modern age, Hey, it's the modern age. There isn't no wrong way to fantasize. Hey, whatever your fetish is, it's your own fetish. But anyways, yeah. So that was a famous line that was like going all like around. But overall though, like the premiere, I thought was very strong. It opened up season 7, and it was different. Not only was it different, like episode lengthwise, it was only like one episode instead of having 2 episodes like every single premiere, which is like, okay, this is something different, which I don't mind, because I was a little afraid how they were going to execute this in one episode, because I was afraid we are going to do this whole syndrome like the season 3 finale did, how like they kind of bammed everything together, like sandwiched it together in like 30 minutes, and then like Twilight, boom, Alicorn, fucking, what's the power of songs and shit. So yeah, I really thought they were gonna go with that. I was like, oh god, please do not tell me we're doing this for like, because I didn't see like a part 1 or a part 2, so I'm like, oh shit, don't tell me that's what they're gonna do. And that's exactly what they did. They separated it instead of being a 2-part, just 1 episode each, which is fine. I had no problem with it, and the way they executed it was quite well for like the time being. So you know what, it is what it is. I didn't really mind it too much. And then of course we had the second episode after that, which I thought was actually pretty good, pretty entertaining. I just thought like, yeah, so I would say again, like it was touching too. The first episode I thought it gave me a lot of feels and stuff. And I said I was gonna do this a little differently, but I know I'm going in way too much episode 1. But episode 2 though, and then of course we have the other regular episodes. Even though it's weird because it's kind of odd how it felt like so regular right after that premiere, and it's just like, what the fuck? I'm so not used to it. But at the same time, I have no problem with it. It may be different, but that's not really a problem. So anyways, moving right along. So we got the regular episodes, and most of them, for the most part, were actually really great. Some of them were good, and there were maybe like one that might have just been like meh, and one that might have been like okay. But I'll get to those. Episode 2, I thought was actually really good. My only complaints about that one, again, were just the pointless song they had, which I wasn't a big fan of, and that whole plot line of Twilight and them doing this whole mystery, like this whole made yourself like dungeon sort of thing, but they have to solve a puzzle to get out of a secret dungeon or some shit. It's like, I don't know, because we didn't spend too much time on it, so I was like, what was the whole point? You could just made that into a separate episode. In my opinion, that scenario should have made a separate episode, not combine them the two together, because it just doesn't work. Insane. It just doesn't work. So those are the only 2 problems I had. Otherwise, it was very good. I did enjoy the second episode. It was a very good episode. And the lesson was actually quite, pretty good as well. It's like, you don't really have to, be so abruptly angry at your student or just, at your friend. But as long as you're converting it in a more calmer way without bottling up all your emotions, just see how you really feel. Like, you know what, if Trixie's fucking up, then she's fucking up, like she was doing back when she was doing all this stuff wrong. And then, I would say Trixie bringing the episode down more of her being a cunt, but that's just Trixie. Trixie's always like that. Even though I really like Trixie, but you gotta admit, she does do stuff like that most of the time. She's pretty crazy herself, and she was kind of acting like a cunt, and Starlight was just not having it. And all that anger she was building up, she puts, like, in a jar. Even though I agree with DWK, why don't you just put it in a fucking... Like a bottle. Oh, I don't have it with me. Oh, no. Wait, yes, I do. Here. It's plastic. It's fucking plastic, dog. It's plastic shit. You obviously just could have done that and problem solved. But no, it breaks. And then, of course, both Biceps and them, they get, the feel of the anger and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, a very good premiere. Really good Trixie shenanigans. And a lot of nuts. These nuts. Got him. There's a lot of nut jokes I made, especially doing the live reaction. I did make a lot of nut jokes. The Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. These nuts. Especially that one scene where, like, Granny Smith was like, these nuts do smell good. And how he's talking about the bag of nuts, where I'm like, oh, no. Granny, no. It's time to call it a day. No, please. No. You are way too old for this shit. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, so moving on. We have the third episode, which I thought was actually really great. I enjoyed that. I mean, I think the only problem I have with the episode was the fact that, like, Twilight should have not I'm pretty sure. She should not put herself into that position where she's like, okay, you know what, I'm going to watch my niece, and then I got all this other busy shit to do. So, what I did love about this episode was that at least she learned a very valuable lesson about, like, it's not just, spending time with your cousin, or your nephew, or your niece, or whatever. It's bonding with them. It's actually bonding with them, and knowing, how they really feel, and, why they want to bond with you so much, and they want to, be around you. Like, they love you, your family. You want to have that attention. You want to be with them. They have lots of energy. They want to, actually interact with you and stuff. They don't want to be left in the back. Because I've seen, those kind of situations where aunts or uncles, they have to, like, watch, their nieces or nephews, and they just shove them to the side, and they're like, hey, I'm just watching them, I have no choice, because, all my brother and my sister, they're out for the weekend, and I have to, like, watch these kids. It's like, so, yeah, I seen people, though, like that, they don't really give a shit, so, yeah, so that was, Twilight had to be careful with that. But overall, I really did like Cadence's, interactions. I thought she was more cuter and adorable in this episode than I did way back when the premiere happened. But season 7 premiere, huge improvement, way better compared to season 6. Absolutely brilliant, loved it. Not to mention in this episode, like, Flurry Heart was just so cute, but also Flurry Heart is still OP, which still didn't make any sense. I'm like, how the fuck did this baby get her OP Heracles type magic back in her system? I thought this was some, like, Harry Potter or Naruto shit, where, like, like or like fucking Toby, whatever, the Masked Man. I'm not gonna say his name if anyone hasn't caught up to Naruto at this point. I don't give a shit about Naruto anyway. Fuck that series. But when I was back then, Masked Man, sealing, 9-pronged seal, fucking sealing jutsu, and it's like, what the hell? So, yeah. So I thought it was gonna be shit like that. But no, apparently I guess that was just a one-time deal, and all of a sudden she got her fucking magic back, and I'm like, what the shit? So, anyways, so when it comes to that, though, I really thought it was really entertaining. I liked all the funny expressions she did, all the games that she was playing with Twilight and stuff like that. And holy shit, if that baby gets ignored and all hell breaks loose, we're all fucked. Because did you see how ridiculous she, like, lifted all those fucking objects and shit? I'm like, oh my god, yo, this baby is so OP as fuck. Like, again, she could go worse. Like, she could go like the way season 6 go. No, well, kind of, yeah, she could have. She could have turned down, she could have destroyed the entire fucking building if she wanted to. Now, for you Dragon Ball fans, I wonder who's stronger, Pan, Baby Pan, or fucking Baby Flurry Heart? I need to know, because there should be a versus comparison. because these two babies are absolutely broken and really OP. Just fucking insane. Can you imagine when she's actually a filly? Shit. Oh my god. Oh, the endless possibilities will be like ridiculous. Alright, so anyways, moving on, we got episode 4. Now with the 4th episode along, I would say, so yeah, we got some, we got some of that as well. And I know I'm not really reviewing these, I'm just going them over. Of course, we got episode 4, which was the Mod Pie episode. Mod Pie, really love Mod Pie. Mod Pie, brilliant. Love the essence of Mod Pie. Of course, when it comes to Mod Pie, she has really great content. And I really do love the fact that now she just moved into Ponyville. That now she's finally, well, not really at Ponyville, but she's sort of between that border, like closer to it. Which isn't so bad. Like in that fountain rock sort of scenario, that underground, like fountain thing. That was cool. I really love that scenario. It looks so good. The only part about this episode that annoyed me, though, was like Pinkie Pie just being really annoying. How it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to force this friendship on you, even though they kind of are getting along just fine. You can stop forcing them, Pinkie. Otherwise, Mom wouldn't have to go through all this shit by going to Glacier, whatever, something Gorge. I forget what it was called. Because it was her plan before all this happened when she graduated her rock college, or rockology college, school, whatever. So, yeah. When it comes to that, and I was like, damn, Mod, like, you really want to go to the suicidal path? But Pinkie Pie's like, look, you don't have to do this, okay? It's like, look, don't worry. Look, I'm sorry. It was my fault. I was being a bitch. I forced you guys into this friendship with you and Starlight. I'm sorry about that. Even though I do ship Starlight and Trixie. All day, every day. Just saying. Even though their friendship of Starlight and Mod Pie is really cool, but the ship will always sail for Star and Trix. Anyways, so we got that going on. And again, that was my only complaint. Everything else was good. I enjoyed it. And knowing that Pie was the originality, like the one who planned all of this shit from the very beginning, is fucking mind-blowing. Wow. Shit. Like, I just realized that too, that like, wow. Oh man. Holy damn, man. Oh, alright. So moving on, we have the 5th episode. Gonna move this on really quick. Not a big fan of it. We had the 5th episode. Not a big fan of it at all. Kind of meh. Fluttershy's dream was just out of no man's land about this animal sanctuary, which I had no mention of this whatsoever. And this could kind of be close. Not worse than Appaloosa's Most Wanted, because that episode sucked so much horsecock. It wasn't even funny. This was coming little close to that, because I was not. One, it's sort of going back to the way that Fluttershy used to be somewhat of a doormat, which again, guys, we had last year, season 6, with her brother. She was pushy as shit with that, man. It was tough love. It was tough love. And then you do fuck. So that annoyed me. I mean, she was cute and adorable in that episode. Like, she was cute, she was adorable, and we had everything. But most of it I don't even remember. The only thing I remember is that she hired some schmucks to do what she wanted to do in her little animal sanctuary. Even though, what was the fucking point of that shit? Because that was such a waste of fucking opportunity. It was such a waste of time, dog. It really was. Because I don't remember anything of her dream wanting an animal sanctuary. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. So it's like, oh yeah, let's just randomly slam in a fucking dream. There you go. Character arc done. What? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, writers? Like, what the hell? Oh my god. So, got through that. Then we had that cameo from that one horse thing from the Hopefield and McColts. Hopefields! I love that episode, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. Hillbillies fighting in horse form is fucking great. It's great. It's funny, man. You gotta enjoy the feel of that. Anyways, we go on to Forever Philly. Really good episode, even though I don't think it's as better as Sisterhood Social, but it's pretty good. It had a bit of slow pacing, though, I will admit. Like, when we got to, like, getting from point A to point B did feel a bit slow. But at the same time, I really did like the fact that Rarity was spending some quality time with Sweetie Belle. But the problem is, it's like Sweetie Belle You know, I mean, not Sweetie Belle. Rarity should realize that, you know what? Sweetie Belle's not that little filly that you know anymore. She is getting a little more older. Not too old, but she's getting into that age where she's developing and she's changing and she's maturing a bit. And she's like, look, you know, she's going to do things that aren't going to be the way things were when she was, you know, the little filly you knew. Like, she's into bigger and better things, and which is kind of why Rarity has to face the facts that she's growing up a bit. And she's like, oh, man, so... You know, finally getting into that part. Even though the lesson was simple, I didn't mind too much about the lesson in this episode. So it was still, it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Episode 7 though, another top quality episode. Yo, parental guidance, quality shit, quality shit. It was quality episode. Rainbow Dash's parents, that was lit. Seeing Scootaloo fangirling, that was lit of her seeing her the parents. Just everything about Rainbow Dash's parents, a fanboy and a fangirl, fucking beautiful. Love that shit. Great couple right there. Even though I could kind of see why Rainbow Dash was like embarrassed, but at the same time, it's like, you know, hey, they're your parents. No matter what you do, you could be like taking a shit and they'll be proud of you. And they'll be proud of anything. Like, they're so hyped up, and it's like, oh man, like parents like that are actually so supportive and just like so awesome. it's amazing. Gotta touch you if you think about it. But yeah, that episode was fucking awesome though. I loved that episode so much. Even though, and of course it starts one of the famous, hold on one sec. Hold on. Let me get him out, because this is what started this whole meme on my channel. Even though I kind of stole a bit of that from King of Lightning's bit. With the one and only Towel Sama.
Towel! 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 Don't mean to brag, don't mean to boast, but I'm a 6-course meal and just burnt toast. Think I'm gonna ever give up? No, never, ever, ever, ever. Come on, you're just making noise. Listen how my music destroys anything you throw at me. I'm gonna throw.
That episode made me bring out the Towel Sama, baby. Can't fuck with Towel Sama, man. And I know I stole that, you know, it's my own Towel Sama. I'm gonna call that's my chant, man. We need to make that a meme. I need to sing that audio. I should have sent that audio to King of Lightning, the Towel Sama chant right there. Needs that. Maybe he'll know. I won't tell him where it's from, although maybe I will, because then it's gonna be like, holy shit, really, dude? It's like, yeah. Anyways. So yeah, so when it comes to that though, again, awesome episode. Love seeing more backstory of characters with their parents. Very nice stuff right there. It was such an awesome ride. Then we had episode 8, which was Sugar Belle and Big Mac ship. Finally, a ship for the biggest dude of the side of Ponyville, Big Mac. Loved it. The shipping was really good in this episode. The shipping was great. After we got the ship, it's official. It's a wrap, man. I love the episode. Even though if it was just them being like friends, and well, a friend zone situation, I would have been pissed. I would have rated this episode so lower. I would have rated it a bit more lower down because of one dude. Because it takes one person or one thing to fuck something up, and we got something that fucked something up. It was goddamn so much. I wanted to take this dude and like put him in like the backest alley of a parking lot and just beat him with a fucking bat. I hated this motherfucker so much because he reminded me so much of a Justin Bieber ripoff, but only like in pony form. It's like, oh yeah, but the ship was great. Enjoyed that. That was awesome. Even though, you know, it could be just your typical, you know, guy tries to get a girl, tries all this fairy tale. No, not that fairy tale. Oh, no, not that fairy tale. But, you know, like fairy tale and like books and shit, okay? And of course, it doesn't work out. Find it entertaining. And Big Mac got the girl. He's getting some horse puss, so I really don't care. Yeah, I said it, I don't care. See, I can go DWK, getting some horse puss. I can go that route, motherfuckers. I can go that route, but I don't really want to go and do that route. If you really want me to, I could do that, but not now. So, anyways, I mean, another time. Episode 9, though, that episode was good. Actually, surprisingly. That one was actually good. For a reason. For an Applejack episode. I know, that's fucking shocking. An Applejack episode good? You're like, Ninja, get the fuck out. No, but I like this episode because of the fact that we get an episode about opinions. Which is really awesome because it really fits with us, especially on the interwebs, on the internet like we're using right now. Opinions, everybody has them. They're all different. They could relate to really some good things. They could relate to some really negative conflicts. It's happened, especially in this episode, with Applejack. Sure, there were some problems where Applejack was kind of being a bitch when it comes to her not knowing about what art really is, and I think she's still stuck up in a fucking hillbilly world, just saying. So, when it comes to that stuff, wasn't a big fan of. Well, actually, at the beginning, she did make some sense. Like that one where one of them was like the same kind of pin. Was it a pen or badge or something? I don't fucking. It was the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I can't even tell the difference. I'm not like an professional artist, so I couldn't even fucking tell. So, yeah, there was some other stuff where she had her points, but some of her points were just kind of simple hillbilly shit that's like no one gives a fuck. So yeah, that was but overall pretty good. And we get to see some returns of Hoity. Saw a photo finish, and then we saw this new gothic pony, which I really like, Inky Rose. No, don't think about it, not that same Ink Rose from the fandom, which she did just join back to fandom after realizing the awesomeness of Perfect Pair. But yeah, but this is I guess like a more gothic version because her art's pretty fucking cool. I like her dresses though; they look really cool as hell. It's not the same gothic girl as we saw back in like season 5. I thought it was. I mean, maybe it could be, but I don't think it was the same one though. The Raven looking chick, the Raven looking pony, that one. But anyways, yeah, stuff like that. Really good episode. Really enjoyed, especially the lesson. Episode 10, Royal Problems. Quality fucking episode. Lit. Literally lit. We had Daybreaker. When you have Daybreaker, it's a fucking rat, man. Finally, a nightmare moonish form of Celestia. And I love it. I love it. Oh, I came. Look at me, man. Look, man. I got the towel Sama right here, man. Fucking came. A joint he would smoke that fucking sled because it was so lit. Like, I swear to God, it was so big, the flames. I thought she was gonna set the castle on fire. That shit would have been incredibly. But yeah, that was actually really cool though. I did like the little fight we had with Nightmare Moon in that. Even though there was this one scene that looked out of place where like Nightmare Moon and like fucking Daybreaker were clashing with each other. There's this one scene though in the background, I swear to God, like on some cheap Toei animation shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why did you see this thing in? But granted though, like the rest of it looked really beautifully well made though. Gotta admit that. Also, Twilight having her like little mental breakdown at the beginning. No, the beginning I loved. The best. Yeah, the beginning too. Like with the jaw. Like Twilight just being so shocked that Starlight is actually gonna get a friendship map episode, and I was like, holy shit, that's like the rest of the fandom right now, just freaking the fuck out that Starlight's getting a fucking episode of the map with the Royal Sisters of all people. That's pretty insane. So yeah, that's expression of like most of the fandom being shocked when they actually saw that too. So yes, we got that in mind. But overall though, quality episode. Loved the little Freaky Friday moment where Starlight switched her cutie marks, and we had you know, of course Luna taking Celestia's job and Celestia taking Luna's job. But I really did like the lesson they learned too. And what I really loved about the episode too was the fact that the sisters acted like actual sisters. Or just actually like, you know, like, oh, you don't know my job, you don't know my life, you don't know my struggle. Like, why do you even care? You don't know how I live, you don't know how I breathe, and like shit like that. So I really did like how they had this whole not so perfect relationship as sisters, which that was great. I loved it so much. We need to see more of that shit. Please, can we get more of that? I would appreciate that, thanks. Episode 11 was kind of decent. It was a decent episode. Okay plus a decent. No, decent plus to okay, or whatever, yeah, pretty much. So, it comes to the Yak Yakistans. It was really cool that we got to see the Yak Yakistans as a homeland, like, even more of it, and then Pinkie Pie going through the rituals. which was fun. But of course, the axe being stubborn is, I mean, okay, I kind of figured that was gonna be the case, but I wasn't really mad about that. But I just thought that, but it wasn't like my favorite. But still, it was cool to see the axe homeland. I did a review on that already. To see their homeland and to basically see what they are, how they live and stuff, which kind of sucks because that whole avalanche and they can't do nothing about it. They had no help for nobody because they're stubborn as shit. And they're like, no, we're not gonna fucking clean this up. We're just gonna freeze and die, which is probably why most of their clan members are pretty much fucking dead. No offense, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's pretty stupid on their part. But it's like, you know what? We know we're stubborn. We know we're stupid, but it's how we are. It's how we are, man. That's how we live. That's how we roll, man. So, you know, there's that. Episode 12, funny as hell.
No two ponies are exactly the same. No two snowflakes ever match their design.
Alright, sorry about that. My mic thing was kind of calling up. But I was just singing the whole, it's Discord show. It's the Discord show. Fuck that. I'm not doing that again. But you pretty much get it. It's the Discord show. It's the Discord show. You'll never see anything like this and massive trolling. And it's funny as fuck. It's Discord. And Fluttershy was really cute in this episode too. I really like how she was like trying to act chaotic too, just to get Discord back his powers. Because the more normal Discord was getting, his powers were fading, and then Fluttershy is like, no, please, I don't want this to happen. I like you the way you are. Even though a lot of ponies may not get you, which most of them don't, because he's fucking Discord. He's weird, but he is a troll king. He is the troll king. He is the fucking Aizen of the MLP universe. If he wanted to, without him being too chaotically fun, he could easily just do this and take your asses out like that. Warp easily, because he's a demigod, bro. You don't fuck with demigods like that. But they don't fuck with him, but they're just like, okay, you're just fucking weird. Discord's like, well, no, that's just how I am, so deal with it. And you know, we got these wacky shenanigans. That pinata, though, I will say, is pretty creepy. But not creepy, but kind of weird. Not weird, but I don't know what to say about it. It's just, it does that face where it's like alive and it sneezes out candy. I feel bad because it's probably gonna die. It's awful. But anyways, yeah, shenanigans of Discord. It's the usual. You get a laugh out of it. And Fluttershy, the one actually helping Discord solve the problem, was fine. I know some people had a problem with that, but I didn't mind it too much. And it really does give Fluttershy some development. She wasn't really much of a doormat. Like, I saw the stupid privates reviewing that. I'm like, nah, not really, because she was kind of acting on her own, and she was attached to Discord. You could tell. And she was like, oh, she was excited. She was hyped as hell. She was like, oh my god, is it gonna like turn my tongue green? Or am I gonna grow like extra wings and shit? Like, am I gonna get some like crazy ability? Like she was hyped. It was so adorable. Then he's like, no, it's just regular tea. And she's like, oh, like it was so sad just to see her like that. So it was really awesome. Another quality episode. Another 5 out of 5. Quality episode. Really enjoyed it. Another top favorite of mine. Episode 13, though. Finally, this is where we're going to last leave off. Well, I mean, I was going to do a proper review, but not really a proper review. It was cute. It gave me feels. Even though I really wanted the true ending where we, like, how it actually happened with their parents. But you know what? I think this is the best way they could have done it. Because if they would have done something like, because it looks like it's already confirmed that they are dead, even though they don't mention death, but it kind of looks like they do. Because again, you know, like the one dude that they were asking about, you know, I was growing up with Bright Mac, where he was crying after Big Mac's like, would it be okay if we come back to hear more stories? And he's like, oh yeah, I like that a lot. And then you see some tears coming down. It's like, so you know, this definitely confirms parents are dead. And I think even there was like this one panel that even confirmed it, that one of the parents were dead. So at least I don't have to say it, but you know what? I guess it is what it is, and how they want to go around it. So it is what it is. Maybe going too far with death would have been too far, but they could have tried at least. in my opinion. They could have, maybe it was like TV YFV or a little bit higher than Y, like some Cartoon Network shows. Ooh, oh my god, they did that, then goddamn, I'd really be crying even more. Shit. Fuck. But anyways, had a lot of feels. The song was really well done. I loved the song in the episode. Very beautiful, very, very catchy, a very catchy melody. You know, a corny little love song, but it was sweet. It was a very, very sweet song. Then, of course, you know, when it comes to, you know, finding out that Applejack and the rest of the apples are half pear, that's the shocking thing. Like, holy shit. That even took me by surprise. That we got confirmation that they're half pear. So that's insane. So we got that out of the way. That's pretty shocking. And just hearing how their parents actually... Cool dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This dude was suave as shit. I love this guy. This dude was great. Like, oh my god. And Pear Butter. Oh, him. She's extra thick. Really thick for her. For Brett Mac, I'm so proud of him for getting a girl like that. It's a very unique girl, man. It's like, it really sucks that both of their families just had to not really get along with each other. And again, it reminds me a lot of like Romeo and Juliet, like that kind of setting. So, you know, there's lots of references except different, and you know, it's in pony format. So yeah, again, a very, very beautiful way to end the first half of season 7, in my opinion, even though it technically wasn't. But I say, at least when it comes to Australia standards, I say yeah, this was much better. This was brilliant. Compared to episode 11, this is brilliant way to end it. Episode 13 is like infinity when it comes to episodes. Wow. But overall, when it comes to season 7, now that I discussed most of these episodes, season 7 overall was just great. Maybe a great plus. So far, it's maybe good plus to great. No, fuck that. It's great. It's a great to a great plus. Great to great plus for the first half. That's crazy. So we'll probably make it like a great, because this episode, infinity, just yo all around. So right there, bam, great plus. Because again, you know, there were certain only those 2 episodes, so maybe great plus. So great plus way for the first half of season 7. Look out, season 5. You might have some competition here, especially with my top seasons. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below with the first half of season 7. What you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you going to keep continuing watching it? Or this is where you're going to be like, yep, I draw the line. I'm done. Especially with some people who don't like Starlight. I'm done. Motherfuckers who aren't giving them a chance. I definitely know them. I'm keeping an eye on you guys. Well, hold on. Wait. Griffin! Oh, jeez. Alright, for all you fans, I had to make that joke. Just saying. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts again. Comment section down below. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Not a hard thing to do. Click the like button and click notification squad, boy. Notifications on my future videos. Check out my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well for you gamers out there. And I will see you, Brony fans, for this Saturday for episode 14 review. Well, if not, you have a very late. The problem is, this means this will delay me from doing the reviews until like Sunday. But it will be this weekend. I will say this much. Not later than Monday the most. At least that's the promise I'm trying to do. So that's it. So, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. MMO fans, keep supporting what you read, what you watch. And Bronies, Bro Hoof, Brony on. Let's go. Episode 14 is this Saturday. Let's get it on. And I know for most of you, it's already begun with episode 12 and 13. But for us, especially for the early episode access people, bring it on. Bring it on, DHX. Let's get some great quality shit, and maybe this will outbeat season 5. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, or it could be second to season 5, which that'll be even the top tier 2, but we'll see. Anyways, later. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Different recording. Alright, different style I'm doing this. Alright, for now. Bye, guys.